But no, for real, like what was the point of saying he was dead just to give it cut to the flashback of us having Wrath? Like it would have made more sense to have that whole cutscene before that or whatever, and then have a huge gap of time, and then he did come back. That's how you do that. But for them to be, I don't know, maybe I'm nitpicking too much, but you get what I mean. Like there should have been, at least to our understanding, a period of time where there was loss for Ratha. So that way, when the story reveals that he wasn't dead, it can come back and be like, okay, now it has like somewhat of an impact. But they didn't do that, and so I'm a little like weirded out by that decision. But oh well. Let's blame COVID, or let's blame the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. Fuzz, you'll need to cut out me saying COVID, but yeah, for the most part, we're just kind of chilling, watching the credits. I you know, Vinia looking adorable and Frozen. You know, they all look very pasty white, but also, oh my god, wait, his the Chief's, oh god, the Chief's left eye just like out of, that was weird. Am I tripping? Am I hallucinating? What is happening? Miho Kobayashi. Is that Miss Kobayashi? The Dragon Maid owner herself? Not owner, but wielder? I don't know, whatever. Look, Siobhan and Lillian. And, they're all getting along. Everything's so great. Everything's so peaceful. Never again a monster has terrorized the land. You know, except that seems like a daily occurrence. And whatnot. But, Marvelous Ink. I love it. Katsuhisa Higuchi. Katsuhisa Higuchi. Why would you make it so that Ratha sorta dies just for us to ride him out in the cutscene at the end? Whatever. Closing thoughts. I really liked it, actually. I have been a pretty avid Monster Hunter fan for the past couple of years now. And I gotta say, to finally have what felt like a story-driven Monster Hunter that didn't seem too childish, it didn't seem too old school, so that because I could have went back and I could have played Monster Hunter Stories 1 and had that like nostalgia factor, but in all honesty, I've seen gameplay of it, and my initial thoughts were that I think it was more targeted towards children, because I've watched the anime and I couldn't really focus on it that much because I could tell what it was marketed toward. It was definitely marketed toward little kids, and I didn't know how I felt about it. But I did know some of the characters, like, and didn't even realize it, because I definitely knew who Cheval was once I made the connection. I'm pretty sure I've seen Roberto before. But yeah, it's fascinating. I also don't know how I feel about the fact that they started just kind of throwing in monsters at the end there, like the Barioth, Seregios, etc. You know, like it seemed kind of last minute. They could have shoehorned it in a little better, maybe through side quests, maybe through little side missions, a little more easier to be like, hey, like go meet these new monsters, and that way when we got to the final battle, it just didn't seem like they were randomly placed there. But those are my negatives. These are just the negatives. There's a lot of positives that I feel about this game. Like, for example, like I said, it's so nice to finally have a world like that, like, has the proper world building to get new players into Monster Hunter's universe, and like for people to see what Monster Hunter's like world is about, with like the guild and the Hunters Guild, and like the difference between riders and hunters, and just like the mentality of you gain knowledge to gain power. Like it's tracking and stuff, like, you know, like all of the really like wholesome, awesome parts of Monster Hunter that truly get you to get that feeling of I am getting better, I am learning, and I'm improving. I'm hunting these monsters. Like, I know it's a video game, but it's supposed to make you feel something, and I think this game does a good job of letting you engage in the story in a way that the regular games just don't. Because the silent protagonist thing is great in all the games, but like in this one it works better because at least there's other characters dumping exposition in and stuff. And so, yeah. Also, my friend slash one of the people who helps me get some of the editing done, they were the one that called that Zellard was the lead bad guy writer. Because they in their playthrough went back to the village, the Wyverian village, and noticed that he was missing. They noticed that he had green eyes, the right skin tone, like stuff like that. They basically pieced it together back at like the first time you meet them and called it. And so in a way I had that spoiled. In a way I had that spoiled, but in another way, you know, they also called it. So that was cool. Also, this static shot of Enna makes me think the credits are pretty much over. Oh. Music's fading out. Ooh, right into cutscene. It's Gato. Is his allergies just a nervous thing? Nope. Okay. Well, I guess that's where we're ending this time. Okay, so now we just got cast. So voice acting was great, honestly. Like I have my gripes, right? Like everyone hates Naviru's voice actor, but the longer I played it in English, the longer I started to kind of be okay with his voice, because I get what they were going for. They were kind of going for like the annoying, trusty companion kind of vibe that, like, you know, older cartoons definitely had a lot more. And so hearing him talk more and more and more, like in his sincere moments and his not so goofy moments and his not so obnoxious moments, like he did a good job of portraying Naviru. It was clear that the whole positively Claudation, like it was supposed to be a little annoying. Like it was supposed to be cringy a little bit. And so they did it. They hit the nail on the head, and I think it's fine. And if I was playing this by myself, not for the channel, I would have definitely had no problem playing it in Japanese. But for a game that was so story-driven, I wouldn't have wanted to force everybody to read if they didn't want to. And I get that. And that is solely the reason I didn't play it in Japanese, is I would have played it in Japanese if I was playing by myself. But I feel like I have a decent sort of understanding of Japanese enough to, like, I wouldn't have had too much of a problem. And then there's people that love sub that, you know, wouldn't have had a problem. And then there's people that speak Japanese that wouldn't have had a problem. But then there is still that chunk that is left out. And I just wanted to make it easy for everybody. And so, you know, at least everybody who I know is most likely watching my content. That being said, yeah. So what I mean by I have a decent sum of understanding for Japanese, I don't know if a lot of my viewers know this, but I am 1/4 Japanese. So I am a quarter. My grandma is 100% Japanese, and so I was raised by my grandma with a little love and affection from the Nihon culture. Nippon, I don't know. Maybe I don't know as much as I think I do. But I had fun. I had a lot of fun. This game was cool. I still like the mechanics. I like the more casual vibe. I love that this is definitely a game that I can take with me on the go. That is Monster Hunter. I could play with just the Joy-Cons and I would not have a problem. That makes me very happy. The art was cool with their little, like, icons and pictures when they talk are really cool. Like, man, this game was great, honestly. It was fantastic. A lot of people, I think, didn't have too much high hopes. Especially diehard avid Monster Hunter fans. Like, they were probably like, well, this isn't real, like, it's like a spin-off series, so I don't care as much. Or people who like the regular base game, like the regular types of games, saw this and probably were like, this looks boring as hell. But I gotta say, for somebody who also had a little bit of those doubts right in the beginning, playing this game has changed my point of view on it. Because honestly, like, I've heard that they've made a lot of changes since the previous game, and all of the changes that they've made are very spot-on changes that needed to happen. This was a power play. like by making this game so good. Like mechanically, I love this game. I loved figuring out what attacks the monsters were gonna do. Sometimes it kept me a little bit on my toes, and so if I was kind of out of it, I would get devastated. But I don't think, like, as long as I was like alert and awake and focused, like there wasn't a time where I didn't enjoy the combat system. I love the turn-based RPG style. It's very Pokemon. Monster Hunter Pokemon needed to happen, and I really hope they make more games like this. I hope Monster Hunter Stories 3 is in the works, because I would love to play that someday. This was awesome. It was beautiful. I loved the art style. It was phenomenal, and so I highly recommend it. 10 I wouldn't. Okay, if I have to give a serious rating, maybe I'll give an 8 out of 10, because for overall gameplay and fun, I really did enjoy it. In my heart, it's a 10 out of 10. I love Monster Hunter. This was fantastic. I can't wait to play more after this. Do some of the new stuff. Do some of the new DLC. We're getting Palamutes. We're getting all of the new Fated 4 variants. We're eventually getting Orochi Kirin. We got to do Kuvtarat. There's so much stuff to do. So there's still a lot more Monster Hunter Stories content coming at you. It just might not be the narrative heavily focused content that you're used to seeing, but this was surely a ride. And if they ever do any other expansions and stuff, you bet your bottom I'm gonna be playing that too. So yeah, amazing experience. I loved it. There were some of the twists I really did like the fact that Altura was the bad guy, and then Ratha turning out to be the actual bringer of good, which it was a little obvious. I'm not saying that like it was like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming. It's just I like that storytelling aspect. So it does look like credits are coming to an end. So I'm trying to come to an end with what I'm saying as well. Basically, I don't think I could elaborate more on how much I liked it. So I would be interested to see how it runs on the PC, but I definitely wanted to play it on the Switch for just the pure aspect that I know I could take it with me. And that's what really sold me on it, is that I wanted a casual Monster Hunter game where I can be in the world and universe of Monster Hunter and take it with me on the go. And I hope that this reached people, and I hope that some people honestly go and play it themselves, because normal, like the Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World and Iceborne are really great games to play by yourself and great games to play with other people, but this game was an experience to play by yourself, and it was good. It was good. I want more people to get into the Monster Hunter world and Monster Hunter fandom. No pun intended with Monster Hunter World, but let's see if there's anything after the credit. The end. Thank you everybody so much for coming and joining me on this journey. Let's see if there's anything after the credit. Oh, I hear water. Bread? You're dead. So is your Rathalos. Okay, he's fading. Thank you. Oh, yeah, no. Thank you for everything that, like, Capcom, thank you. Thank you for making another great game. I love Capcom games. They resonate so well with my soul. And I take my money. Take it. Wanderer's Shield. We got a little crown next to our name, indicating that we beat the game. Cool, man. Now I can just go crazy. I can do all the endgame stuff. Yay! Go crazy, go stupid. Ah! Oh, there's stuff.
Altura has been defeated.
Yay, yes.
Defeat was achieved thanks to the power of your kinship with Ratha. An impressive strength, born of trust.
Well, thank you. No need to flatter me. Thank you.
Will be retold time and again.
Now you will tell the tales of the legendary hero Zio. Right on.
When you say you mean me too, right?
I mean, you already were a legend, Naviru. We already figured it out.
Known as Red's grandchild, but as the champion rider of Mahana.
You will be known as Red too. I know that's not your name, but no one can remember your name, so we'll just call you Red
Become
too.
our new leader. This is so exciting.
I hope so.
I hereby grant you access to the Elder's Lair in the Forbidden Grounds.
Ooh.
But Chief Gara, aren't all riders supposed to stay away? It's crazy dangerous there. Nobody knows what monsters lurk in that place.
Ah, you're sending me to the high rank hole. I
There was
see.
one rider who knew what the Elder's Lair held. Red.
Oh.
He used to go there and train and
Oh,
just
there, that's
beat
right.
hella ass.
I reckon
That man could kick butt like nobody else.
started taking a dark turn.
He used to just chill there and kick the crap out of elder dragons with a Rathalos. I don't know how that man did it. It's
You
crazy.
may find something of interest there.
I hope I can find a blue
Can't
Rathalos.
believe it. I guess time
Or
for
even a
change, huh?
silver one?
You're no longer the rookie rider anymore.
There's so many monsters I still need to go do.
I'll come
Like,
along
and
with you.
fight.
Can't hurt to have some extra help, right?
Oh my goodness, is Kana coming with?
Kana!
Oh my gosh, she
In
is.
the wake of Altura's influence, there is talk of unusually ferocious monsters appearing far and wide.
To think it would have such a widespread effect.
Mmm.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, this is like a whole second game.
Perhaps you could look
We
into
did it, guys. We hit the halfway mark.
If you return to Ruto, Alwyn is sure to lend a hand. Avinia and Kuan is reliable as well.
Okay, so do I get to
So have
pick?
our buddies Roberto and Cheval to call on. And,
Kyle and Tsukino, of course.
Wait, will Kyle and Sugino actually come back?
You made
I thought they left.
many friends along the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
And your adventure
I'm like the best at making
is
friends.
far from over.
I call them names and
let's
stuff,
go never
and then
end.
they follow me around,
So let's shake a tail.
and then I decide that I like them.
Here already.
And then I level up my kinship stone.